Fi me love have Lionheart. Fi me love have Lionheart. Strong and everlasting, only for you. I love folk music. That was the first line of a traditional Jamaican folk song called Lionheart. And basically it says, my love has the heart of a lion, strong and everlasting, and only for you. Such a powerful sentiment, packed with emotion and longing and history. Absolutely beautiful. And just like the drumming and chanting echoing timeless messages through the mountains of Jamaica, I hear the folk music calling my name. But that's not true for every Jamaican. In 1962, then Minister for Development and Welfare, Edward Seaga, he enlisted the help of a Dr. Olive Lewin to travel the island and record what had emerged as the folk music of Jamaica. Now, he was instrumental in preserving and celebrating Jamaica's folk culture. Now, that preserving is a tricky word, because he never quite envisioned Jamaica's folk music beyond the annual festival celebrations held locally. And there's some people who think that this music should be performed in the same way by the same people in the same limited venues it had always been performed in. And still yet, they're the purists who believe you just shouldn't touch it. Don't fiddle with it. Folk, it's a serious thing. Respect it. Well, I feel differently. Fi me love will never dawn. Fi me love will never dawn. Strong and everlasting, only for you. My love is unending, strong and everlasting, and only for you. Now, this vast wealth of folk songs and rhythms and instruments came as a result of a mix of peoples and cultures coming together for various reasons, creating a melting pot of culture, which in turn created a melting pot of music. Now, the music they created at the time was current for them. But I believe that for a thing to remain current, for it to maintain its validity in the hearts and minds of generations to come, it must change, and it must grow and be played with. I mean, by all means, still preserve what came before, but at the same time, innovate. Folk is resilient, strong and everlasting, only for you. So, what if I could take this great-great-grandfather of our culture and allow it to have a conversation with one or more of its great-great-grandchildren? What would that look like? But more to the point, what would that sound like? Well, I can tell you it would anger and irk some people, but I'm okay with that. So, how would I go about this? Well, I would have to decide who my audience is, and then address a few questions, like, what elements do I take from folk music, and what from electronic music, and how much of me gets thrown in the mix? Well, I can tell you there'll be a lot of me in the mix. It'll be my creations, after all. So here's how it could go. I could remix and rearrange and sample various elements from the folk music. I could use songs that already existed, or I could write new material and infuse folk and traditional elements there. In fact, it's limitless. I could do anything. The most important question to be answered, however, is, what do I want you, the audience, to feel? Emotion. That, for me, besides its longevity, is the true power of folk music. It evokes emotion and passion, and it speaks to us on a deep and timeless level. Now, electronic music has a similar effect on its audiences. It elicits emotion and physical responses, much like the drumming and chanting of our folk music. Together, we'd be unstoppable. So I am manifesting this vision of a fusion of electronic music and Jamaican folk music. And it's revealing itself to be a resource from which I can draw creative inspiration for many years to come. As I go, I'm learning a lot about myself and about the island on which I was born, as with it, I celebrate my Jamaicanness, but even more importantly, I celebrate my multiculturalness, as some aspect of it touches each of us on a soul level. But enough talking. Let's hear what this might sound like.
Troubled, Ariba, me say troubled, oh. Troubled, 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 oh. Troubled, Ariba, me say troubled, oh. Troubled, 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 oh. Feel me love, have Lionheart. Feel me love, have Lionheart. Strong and everlasting, only for you. For me love will never dawn. For me love will never dawn. Strong and everlasting, troubled and troubled, troubled. Never meet again. If we part and never meet again, for me love is like a king of rain, strong and everlasting.